Hello there folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome back to the Neil Robertson Pro career on Snooker 90. Today it is time for part 12 of Season 4 and we are locked at 2 frames apiece with Luca Brissell in the quarter-final of the Yushan World Open. Today then it is a best of 5 to see who is the player lucky enough to get to the last 4 of this tournament. It's a big tournament for both of us to be fair because we hope to get back into the top 10. I think even with a quarter-final appearance we should be able to get back into the top 10 of the rankings. But for Brissell, if he can go far into this tournament, he can start to flirt and threaten Ronnie O'Sullivan in 7th place in the rankings. So it's a big match for both of us, and somebody's going to be very, very disappointed after this match. Now, I think possibly in the first session we could have gone 3-1 up, and things happened to prevent us doing that, but that's the way it goes sometimes. You can't play flawlessly all the time, and if we did, we'd be the number 1 player. So that's why that doesn't happen, but you did see the break off of frame number 5 in the last episode. And we've got a good chance at the start of the frame. And this cue ball has ran just about perfectly, to be honest, for the black. We didn't want to be dead straight on it. It makes things very awkward to open up another opportunity. But we're just going to go for the red next that's free anyway. But this first frame of the session is a big one. Definitely is. There's no covering that up. I don't know if it would have been better just going into the red, you know.
This should be pretty straightforward.
Focus on potting the red and see what we can do. I think that one red on the edge of the pack might go, actually. That might help us out for one more shot. But I hope you guys are good. Yes, I think that red does go, so we're okay. But in trying to get the cue ball in a position where we can open up the reds, it's made position a bit awkward here. So we've got to hope for some good contact with the cushions. It's not bad, but it's going to be risky to take the pot on here if we were to take it on. So I just think we ought to maybe duck out of that one. Try and get a decent safety. Perhaps try and get him behind the black here. I don't think it's going to happen, but that doesn't look bad. The pace doesn't there. Certainly a good effort. And that's a pretty good shot.
Neil Robertson, 16.
That's not bad at all. So 2 reds, 2 blacks. Not a perfect start, but you can't always win it in one visit sometimes. And we played a good safety. That's really, I think, all that matters there.
He's playing the safety and aiming to get the cue ball tight against the cushion.
So it's been a few days though since I played this. I played the first session on Tuesday evening. It's Saturday morning now, so I'm a little bit out of sorts maybe, but I think you just have one of those days. A bit like in real life when you have a break that you're either really with it or you're just not. So it just depends what version of us comes out today. Now, that's a good safety from Brissell. You might say a bit lucky, but the intentions were right in trying to get the cue ball to a position where we couldn't really do much with it. But I think it might be a good chance to potentially take a pot on, and I'm trying to make it a bit of a shot to nothing by circumnavigating the reds if we do pot this, but there is part of me that's thinking, oh, I don't know about that. I think maybe we just try and play this red a bit thicker. Get it back towards the middle of the table. It would be a pretty impressive safety to make it work. We'll have to see. Hopefully not hitting it on the way back. Oh, as we do. That's a little bit unlucky there. The idea was there, and I think we're okay on that one red. I think the yellow blocks its route.
Not what he intended.
Maybe not actually, but of course the one red here is definitely potable. So a bit unfortunate there, but it was a good safety played by Brissell originally, so he's made the opportunity for himself. It was a tricky shot we had to play, and I'm happy to defend what shot choice we took on, because if we'd have took on the pot, it was a tricky pot, and if we'd have potted it, the results might not have been great anyway, but that was a very good shot from Brissell. A little bit lucky, because the black did teeter on the edge of the pocket. He could have very easily stayed out, but he took the risk on. He played a brave shot. Could have gone all wrong if he'd missed that, but seems to be going all right for him now. As you can see, the reds beautifully split, albeit I think a bit too much at this stage. You don't want the reds to be split too much. The black's off its spot. I think the pink will be as well now, because the red's very close to the pink. Oh no, pink still goes on its spot, so that makes things very awkward. Pink pretty much out of commission. Black won't go back on its spot, so he's got a little bit of jiggery pokery to do here with the balls, but he's a top 8 player. I'm sure he can do it, and I think this is a frame winning chance here for Luca.
A delicate touch required here.
22.
But I am hungry to win this, as I am with every game, but especially this one. It'd be a great story to get to 2 semi-finals at the start of the season. Obviously, we'd love to go one step further and get to the final this time round, but we're not even at the semis yet, so we can't look forward too much. But last year, we did get to the last 16 in the first 4 tournaments, which I was very proud of. We did very well, considering we had a bad end to Season 2. And
33.
we had a poor end to Season 3 with the match against Ronnie O'Sullivan, but obviously we were a long way up. We showed signs of dominating him, which was a freak result when he came back and won the match. So we are rebuilding from that a little bit, but I think that now we've got into the season, we're 12 parts in, we've played a decent number of games. Obviously we played a few qualifiers before the season started, on camera that is. So we've had about 15 or 20, maybe not 15 or 20, but maybe say 10 matches to get into the season now. We had the 2 qualifiers, we had the last 64, 32, 16 for this, so that's 4 matches, 5? 128, 64, 32, 16, yeah, 4. And then the same for Riga, and we got to the semis. So yeah, I think this is our 11th match. I can't be bothered to calculate it exactly, but it's roughly our 10th or 11th match. But this is a big shot for Brussels. Looks okay, especially playing it at that pace. The problem with playing it at that pace is that you're going to be lucky to get on something. And he has done. He's got on the yellow, but this is going to be end of break, I think, because he's going to play it very soft.
48.
He might well have a bit of space to go for the long red. I'm not sure. I think he probably does, past the brown. It's always a bit tricky, I think, to see from a top-down view. Obviously, from there, you can see the red goes, and he's going to go for it here. And it's there. Brilliant shot, but once again, a little bit off in terms of position. I mean, I know you can completely accept it with how the table is set. It does make things a bit awkward, though. So he now leads by 39 points, 51 left on the table. You'd think he'd go and win the frame, but it could go wrong. He's going for the black, trying to get that back on its spot. I think that's a good idea.
62.
And he leads by 46. So just this red needed to take the lead. Tell you what, he was close to not potting that, but he potted it well. It's been a good break of 63 so far. He still can make a century.
63.
Nicely done.
Need a good pot here, though.
66.
Ooh, he's missed it.
Look at
Well, I think it might be worth doing a bit of jiggery pokery here. I know I've said that twice now, so I'm going to stop saying it. I like to get a phrase in my head and then use it for every single possible situation. Yeah, I think we play a bit of jiggery pokery here. See, I've said it 3 times now. And we will attempt to get, at this point, a very basic snooker just behind the pink. Because it could easily go wrong for him. Wants to pot the black. The thing is, though, what I did forget, of course, was that we're on a colour, so we have to touch the red first, which I suppose is no bother, really. As long as we hit this soft enough and get it up bulk. I don't think we're going to leave the pot on.
Pace will determine success or failure here.
Not the best, but it doesn't look bad. It's certainly not a snooker, but it's a decent safety. You might well take the pot on here, but he's going to have to play with some tops. So, yeah, he pots the red. That was a poor attempt from us, to be honest. We hadn't really got a real strategy there, so that was disappointing, but it was one of those. Luca had won the frame. It was just that we got a bit of a minute chance, and maybe we should have thought about it a bit more, but it's one of those. The odds were against us anyway with having 2 snookers to get.
7.
But we weren't caught napping a little bit there by, oh, get the snooker in behind the pink. Well, you can't, you pilly. You've got to hit the red first. I suppose if we'd have got straight to the red, we could have hit it a lot thinner and gone for behind the brown, but, you know, it's gone now. The chance is gone.
14.
No good worrying about it. So Luca Brussels takes the first frame of the session.
14.
I said it was a big frame, and it certainly is, but the next frame is even bigger. Can we keep pace with the Belgian Bullet? Or is it going to be like the last 16? Are we going to be 1 frame away from going out in the next one?
And the frame. Look at this.
Because effectively that's what it is now, a best of 5. And obviously we were 2-0 behind against the Judd Naught in the last 16, Judd Trump. Wouldn't really like to be in that position again. But at this point, if we don't want to play a decider, we've got to win the next 3 frames. And the way Luca's playing, we might have to go for 1. That was a great pot. I only left the 1 red on and he played it well. The only problem for him is he's very straight on this blue. And he's tried his best to get on the red and he still might pot this. It'd be very impressive for him to do so. And that is a tremendous shot. Really is. from there, how straight he was on the blue to get the cue ball down for that is mighty impressive. And he split the reds. And there's not a lot you can do against that, really. We left a very small tempter. He potted it. And in these situations, there just isn't a lot you can do. Not a lot you can do at all about that.
18.
So is he going to do what he did in the previous frame? Is he going to win it in one visit? Sure, we'll find out soon enough. But we're doing, I think, what Judd's doing in real life at the moment, it seems, with the English Open. Wanting to
19.
give it his best by going as far behind as possible. So 3-1 back and then winning the match 4-3. That's what he did in 3 of the matches in the English Open.
22.
I can't remember it. Was it Michael Holt?
23.
Oh, I completely forgot who the other two are now. Was, what's his face? Louis Heathcote was the one. Can't remember who the other one was. That's going to annoy me now.
Brilliant pot, outstanding. They don't come much better than that.
He couldn't have played that any better.
But semi-finals are on today. I might be able to squeeze them in and around the Merseyside Derby and the MotoGP. But this isn't a place to talk about football. I don't want to talk about Liverpool at the moment. But Brussels, 36 points in front. 6 reds taken, 9 left on the table. So, still needs a sizable break to pull this off in one visit, but the way he's playing, he looks pretty flawless.
37.
Not sure about that shot, though. Bit of an opportunistic shot, perhaps, to get the pink positioned a little bit better, but that was a brilliant shot. Just about skimming the red, because I think that's the one he's going to go for into the middle pocket, unless I've misjudged that. Or he might go for the red to the bottom pocket, but yeah, if I was him, and that's exactly what he's doing, he's going to pop the 8th red into the middle pocket. It's a safe one. He might as well do it. The problem is he hasn't really put enough power on that, so he's going to have to run the cue ball around the table, which he's done absolutely fine. Again, there's no problem with Brussels' play in this second session. And it looks like we're going to need an equally big comeback than we had in the last 16. So
This pot to drop into the pocket.
we'll have to see what happens. Obviously, he hasn't won the frame yet, but I think this shot now, if he plays the black, opens the reds up, this could be a big shot in not just this frame, but in the match overall. Bit of a more subtle split, but probably a better split than he... Oh, he's playing a safety. Well, could he not see the red? Oh, well, he's got away with that. Wow. I can only think he couldn't see the red. It's a pot, because there was one on. I think we might as well just hit this with power, because to be brutally honest, I mean, you know, we've missed the reds. Just the way it goes, isn't it? When you've got that many to aim for, you can't get one. And I'd think if we'd applied that all softly, we'd have left something on anyway. So
Foul and a miss.
it's not necessarily my aggressiveness getting the better of me. I just think that it was pointless to play a soft shot there, because I don't think he'd have put us back anyway. But he pots the red. Again, it's just a bit of a near formality now that it's his frame. He's a little bit lucky, as I say, in that he got the snooker in behind the brown. I thought he was just going to hit the yellow, and in that case, he might well have left a pot on. But I think he just needs the red. Oh no, he's certainly got 5 on the table, so that's done it for this frame. And as I said, we didn't have a lot to do there, really, apart from sitting in the chair.
What a top pot that was.
And this is going to be very different to the match that preceded this in the Riga Masters last 16, where we wiped the floor with him.
12.
So, much like in the Judd Trump match, we need a good comeback now. We've got to win every single frame from here on in.
That's a beauty.
Which sometimes, however well you play, is a bit out of your control.
19.
But we'll give it our all. The odds are stacked against us now, but we've done it once. Albeit a little bit lucky with how Judd let us in. Nearly won the match, if you remember. He only needed the 1 red. As I said, we'll give it our best.
25.
That's all we can do.
30.
And if we don't win, well, you can't win every match.
Excellent pot.
Sometimes you just have to
31.
concede your opponent's played better than you. And I tell you what, if Brussels does get through, I'm fascinated as to who does win the tournament, because Ding won the Riga Masters. Brussels playing well here. There's no reason if he does win this match that he can't go and win his first tournament on this game.
43.
We all love a bit of a rocking in the hierarchy, and it was really the story of the marks last year with Selby, Williams and Allen. Judd Trump didn't have a great year.
52.
Till late on.
58.
As I said, not much you can do about that. A full clearance, albeit in 2 separate breaks.
And that
But
is the frame.
it's put us in a tricky position now. Within 15 minutes of being
Thank you, the 7th
locked in
frame.
at 2 each.
Russell to break.
Luca's now only a frame away, but that's a bit of a thick break. We'd be very unlucky not to get at least a sniff of it a pot here. And we're not only a bit lucky, we get 2 sniffs at a pot. So this is the one I think I'm going to take on. Might change my mind actually, might go for this one. This just gives a little bit better position.
Well, he's taking the red on. That's an excellent opening red.
And we need to do something similar to what Luca did in the previous frame.
1.
Get this chance, get in, and just don't muck about basically. Just get on with it, pot the balls and make the opponent sit in the chair. And then if the deficit's only down to 1, then anything can happen. Awkwardness is the black doesn't go, of course, to, well, either pocket now. Now it's back on its spot, but I think it was a pot we should have took on, so not begrudged by that at all.
9.
Sometimes the problem when you've got too many options, you don't quite know what to take on. If we can get back to here and pot that red, that would be perfect. So our aim is just to get back pretty much where we are now. Getting it realised that we hit the shot at the right pace, which we have, within 0.2%, so we'd be fairly unlucky not to get back to where we were. And I can't do the whole BBC analyst thing and put a pin there or whatever, but I think we were pretty much bob on where we wanted to be. And obviously it won't be the black next time out. We've underhit that one slightly, so that's not ideal. Pink will go here, so we're going to have to change our strategy slightly, but we can get back on the black soon enough.
Left middle pocket.
Just a bit of a diversion.
No issues there.
He seems full of confidence at the moment.
But this is, as I said earlier, a good chance.
He's going for the left corner pocket.
Not a sitter of a chance, we've still got to do work.
In it goes.
But I'd definitely take it at this point.
22.
Might be a tricky pot we're taking on next.
29.
That's the situation we're in here. Now, if we can pot this and get up for the blue, it would be a mightily good shot. And this looks like it will be a good shot, albeit overplayed slightly.
And the cue ball has finished very nicely.
30.
Now I'm going to play this with some topspin and hopefully it does come off the cushion nicely. Got to pot the blue first, obviously. And it's there. It's not quite ran as long as I'd have liked, but it's not terrible at the same time.
35.
It's this red we're looking to pot, but I think I'm going to duck out of it just because of the situation we're in. I think if, you know, we miss that and we open up an opportunity, then it could be game, set and match for ourselves. So I think it's a sensible shot to play just to get back to the bulk. Play a safety. Yeah, I'm happy with that. It's a good decision.
Neil Robertson, 35.
Thought he might have fluked one there, just the way it goes sometimes. Again, if we could get back somewhere similar to where we are now. My only fear is hitting one of these bulk colours, but it's just sometimes your luck or not whether you hit one of those, to be honest. I think we should escape. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Probably needs to be a bit more to the side. Because he might well take on a red here. Probably wants to make the angle a little bit more awkward for him.
He's looking at this red.
He's taking it on. Well, he's missed it. Unless he flukes one. No, he doesn't. But that gives us a chance now. again, it was a I think it was a shot that if I was in Luca's situation, I'd have took on, because if you'd potted it, it could be a match-winning shot. But again, could it be a catalyst? We'll have to see. Could it be a catalyst for a different result? Again, we'll have to see. Got to win this frame first. I think just going frame by frame is key. Can't really focus on the bigger picture too much. We've under-hit that by quite a way.
4.
That's annoying. Not easy to play a safety from here either. We can play a bit of a shot to nothing.
He's attempting to sink this into the.
But I can't see the red going in. No. Oh, that's unfortunate. That might just be game over. Hit it a little bit too soft. As a result, we caught the reds on the way back. A little bit unlucky there, but ultimately it was down to our misjudged shot earlier. If we'd hit it at the right pace, we'd have been bang on for the red we were playing for. And we had to hit it at a pace which had safety in mind.
6.
So that was missable. So we'll see now if Luca Brissell can make this count and get through to a semi-final. But if we do go out here, we've certainly had a good run. Can't complain at that too much.
7. 14.
He's aiming to sink this into the right corner.
Cracking shot. You know, when you're playing shots like that and
15.
playing with such confidence, there's not a lot we could do. I don't think we've played badly at all so far. Anyway, you know, I accept it's not all over yet, but Brissell has got his first match-winning chance.
He's got nice
As I said earlier, if we are beaten, I think sometimes you just have to accept you can. We're up against a better player on the day.
26.
We've had a good record against Brissell in the last few years. I'm sure he'll be quite happy to get one back.
27.
Beautiful.
Great queuing there.
So 4 reds left on the table. He's still behind, remember, still 5 points behind. So very minutely and very slightly, we're still the favourite. But if he knocks a colour in here, he then turns into the favourite for the frame and, of course, the match. It'll be a convincing win for Brissell of 5 frames to 2. Coming out of the second session very strongly.
To take the lead.
41.
And from now, you would back Brissell all the way. But we backed Trump all the way, didn't we?
Fine form at the moment.
And he played a strange shot, so again, it's not all over until we have to shake his hand.
Gently does it.
47.
I think the next 3 shots are probably the crucial shots. Whether he can pot the reds. If he gets onto the colours, I'd say it's a bit of a formality.
48.
So that's 1. I'd play the blue here to be safe, but I think he'll play the black and use the cushion. Yeah, he will play the black. Ooh, playing backspin there. I like that. I like that. He was straight enough on the black to utilise that. And I think this red's a bit of a sitter, so as I said, the next 3 shots were crucial. And if he pots this, you have to say it's probably Brissell's game now. But he's overcooked the black. Is he going to take this pot on? He is. Well, what a shot that was. What a shot that was. And that just leaves him with just the yellow needed.
No problem there.
And barring snookers, Luca Brissell defeats us. We have met our match in the Yushan World Open. And he goes through to the semi-final. And good luck to him. He really was the better player today. When we got beat by Ding, I think he probably was the better player, but
22.
we accept that we made quite a few mistakes. Here, I don't think we really made that many mistakes. He was just the better player on the day. And what better way to do it for Brissell than to score a break of 90. Well done to him. He pots the black, he clears the table, and will shake his hand. A deserved winner, Brissell. Bit gutted that we couldn't go all the way and get to the semi again, but our good start to the season continues. We're definitely showing promise. We are definitely showing promise, and that's good to see. But we are knocked out at the quarter-final stage of the Yushan World Open. We do pocket £20,000 for the rankings, which should see us move up at least 1 place, if not into the top 10. Let's see who wins the second tournament of the season. It is Mark Selby, so the usual order is restored, unfortunately. That'll put him a bit close to Judd at the top of the rankings. And we have moved up one place in the world rankings to number 11. We can't be far off the top 10. We'll have a quick look at that before the end of the video. I just need to remember to put the match length back to medium for the qualifier for the Indian Open. But we've got quite a few qualifiers to come up, actually. So I'll have to play all those off camera. And then I'm not too sure yet. I'll make a decision off camera. I don't know whether to play the Pull Hunter Classic because it's a very small event in terms of prize money. I can't remember how we did in Season 2. I don't think we'll lose too much if we duck out. So it might either be Pull Hunter or Shanghai Mass. But I'll definitely play in the Indian Open this year. That's a tournament I'd quite like to play in. So we do move above Sean Murphy. We are very close now to Kyron Wilson. Interesting, Jack Lazowski's moved down quite a lot. So again, number 9 isn't far off at all. We've opened up a good gap to David Gilbert with that injection of 20 grand. No, that's good. It's really good to see. So we move back up to 11. So our recovery continues. All very close down here, isn't it? Really close. Just one match. One big win and the likes of Yu Long. I mean, Yu Long then to Li Hang is massive. That lot top 32, which isn't really much of a surprise, to be honest. But no, Mark Selby, wow, very close now to Judd Trump. Only 31,000 off. I can only think that Judd Trump won the tournament 2 years ago because I don't remember Mark Selby being that close to him. I know it's a big check for winning the tournament, but even so, that gap has shortened a lot. The gap has grown a little bit between Ding and Ronnie, but no, we're quite close to joining that top 9, and if we get a good tournament under our belt, we can definitely slip into that top 8, but we need really a few tournament wins under our belt to do that. But again, it was okay, that was. We got to the quarter-final, we met our matchroom Luca Brisello, who played very well, and yeah, that's going to be it for today's video, unfortunately. We'll have a quick butchers at who we're going to face in the Indian Open qualifiers. It's Fan Seng Hee. Is there 2 qualifying rounds? I don't think there is. There might be, but I don't remember there being 2 qualifying rounds, but I'll enjoy that little gem off camera, and I'll see you guys for the next video, either with the Pull Hunter Classic or the Shanghai Mass. So I'm not going to bother with the 6 Reds this year. Yeah, I'd like to win a lot of the tournaments before we finish this career mode, but the 6 Reds is just one I'm not particularly bothered about, really. But obviously we've got to play in the Shanghai Mass to defend our title, for goodness sake. It's a tournament we've always done very well in. And if we could do well again, it could just propel our season to being from being a good season to a great season. So a bit of a shorter video today, and I apologise for that one. But I will see you guys again on Monday for the next part of the Snooker 19 career. Of course, remember that the Snooker 19 videos are out on a Monday, Wednesday and a Saturday at 6 PM. So remember to subscribe for regular videos at 6 PM on those days that I've mentioned. Also leave a comment of your thoughts about the video and the series and anything snooker related, really. Again, just not football related. Maybe after 3 o'clock if Liverpool go and dump the blue people. Not going to mention any derogatory names for them there. And of course, leave a like if you enjoyed as well. But for now, that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys on Monday with the next episode. Goodbye for now.